Tips in the auction industry are quite simple. It's all about doing your homework. It's all about knowing what your limit is, number one. Number two, obviously with the access that we all have today, you can do comparatives. And what we mean comparatives is there are wonderful websites that are out there that one can actually log on to and get an understanding of what the values of properties are that are for sale in that particular street or in that particular suburb. It's very important to try and compare apples with apples. So jump in your car, there are lots of houses on view. You can pop in and see what kind of fixtures and fittings to really understand if you're comparing one house down the street versus another house. Do they both have the same quality finishes? When we talk about finishes, we talk about light fittings and fixtures. We're talking about switches. We're talking about flooring. We're talking about walling, plastering, gardens themselves, and many times the walls based on the height and the type of wall it is. So if you can compare apples with apples, then you can understand what the value of the properties are that are for sale. And then obviously understanding that you would like to buy it at a cheeky price if possible. So know that you want to try and come in at a little bit less, but at the same time understanding what your limit is and what the maximum that you're prepared to spend. Sometimes people do get caught up in what we call the bidding frenzy at an auction, and because they've got a passion or an interest in the property, sometimes they'll pay a little bit more. In most instances, it's not really a problem because it's something very personal, but there are times when people pay perhaps a little bit more than what they should have because the value isn't necessarily in the property. Most important tip, do your homework. Check on the prices in the areas and make sure that you're within striking distance of those prices.